Hey guys, welcome to this bonus game quickie for the season of Spooks. I'll be taking a look at a really goofy spin-off of the Castlevania series known as Kid Dracula. So Kid Dracula started as a Famicom game known as Boku Dracula-kun, and basically this game is a watered-down port of that one. In most cases, Game Boy ports of NES games were subpar, but with Kid Dracula I find it a lot more fun and easier. In Kid Dracula, you play as the incompetent Alucard, who is woken up by Death, who tells him that Garamoth is back and trying to destroy the world, so you must stop him with all the magic spells you've learned through vigorous training. Oh wait a minute, Kid Dracula forgot them all because he's an idiot, so now you must relearn them by completing levels until you can confront and defeat Garamoth. Kid Dracula is a side-scrolling shooter much in the vein of Mega Man, since you shoot stuff and even have a charge shot. Also, you have spells you learn at each level, like being able to turn into a bat, a multi-directional homing shot, a bat attack. You even gain the ability to walk upside down, and many others. Of course, these will help you in levels and figuring out which attack to use at certain points in levels and on what bosses is part of the challenge factor. Speaking of challenge, just because this game is called Kid Dracula doesn't mean it's for kids, because it can be pretty tough at times. I think it's mostly due to the size of your sprite and how big of a target you are, but that's not the only reason. The fact that you only get 3 hits is what really makes this game hard. I mean, you can get extra heart containers, but once it's game over, it's back to 3 until you find more. The levels in this game are fantastic. You start out in Dracula's castle and go to places like the forest, the ghost ship, an amusement park or a roller coaster in the sky, and many other places. Each level has about 3 sections that act as checkpoints. The enemies are goofy and cute, just like Kid Dracula himself. You have zombies, witch ladies, bats, of course, trees, owls, ghosts, skeletons, Gamera, and bipolar Frankenstein's monsters. If the enemies weren't goofy enough, how about these bosses? We got giant chickens, Jason Voorhees, or maybe it's Rick from Splatterhouse. Wait a minute, are those Klansmen? Ah, take that, you racist bastards. Oh, it's Eve from Mother 1. And of course there are all other kinds of monsters. Each boss has more than one form and usually takes a couple of hits to cry, then comes back for more. It's pretty dumb, and I love it. After each level, there's a store where you can spend the coins you've collected from the previous level. You can gamble for more coins or earn extra lives by playing minigames. I think the extra lives minigame A, Bat Grab, is the easiest. The cutscenes are tons of fun, with lots of tongue-in-cheek humor that I really enjoy. Also, the animations of the characters are just great and add to the overall charm of this wonderfully goofy game. Look at that sad bat! Adorable! Kid Dracula himself is probably the greatest part of this game. He's super incompetent, kinda dumb, and super awesome. I mean, just look at his cool guy anime hair. Also, look at some of the great facial expressions he makes. Also, what other game has your character fall asleep when you pause the game for too long? Oh my god, I love this game! The music in the game is, you guessed it, really good, especially the first level, which is a remix of the first level theme in Castlevania 3. Also, the Ghost Ship level is a remix of the Ghost Ship song in Castlevania 3 as well. All of the tracks are very upbeat and happy sounding, which fit the game perfectly. I really can't think of a song I didn't like. So you might be wondering what this game goes for on the interwebs. Well, unfortunately it's not cheap. It usually goes for 30 to 70 bucks loose, and upwards of $100 in box. But keep an eye out on eBay for a cheap copy, or even better, let's hope Nintendo ports it to the Virtual Console for the 3DS. As for the Famicom version, it runs for about 15 to 50 bucks, but that version's much harder due to it moving a lot faster, so I suggest sticking with the Game Boy port. So that is Kid Dracula, a game that likes to have fun and be done with itself and not care what anybody thinks. And you know what? I love it. There are only a handful of games out there that have this much charm, humor, and greatness to them. So next time, instead of playing your Call of Duty or Legend of Zelda, have some fun and play a goofy title like Kid Dracula or Earthbound. But you know, that's a review for another day.